All right. What's up? See if we get anybody in here. If not, that's fine. We'll go ahead and just talk about it. Let me make sure my audio is working. If you join in and the audio is not working, please let me know. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to wear the headphones, actually. I don't think they're actually helping me out at all. Because this is my first time going live on this channel, let me get some of these things out of the way here real quick. Peach preview turned on, subscribe only mode. Yep, okay. Alrighty, well, here's what I want to talk about today, guys. I watched a video recently from, I believe his name is Shane Hummus. And he talked about a certain strategy on YouTube as if it's a new idea, and it's not a new idea. And I'm not like fully bashing on him, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's an amazingly successful YouTuber. I'm just trying to point out that the strategy he's talking about does work, but it's not a new strategy. And I think he makes it sound a little bit easier than it actually is. And I'll hopefully be able to get into that in this video. But let me go ahead and pull up the video of his that I am talking about. It is this one right here, where he's basically claiming that one of the things that he does to make money on YouTube is simply take written content that's already available online, that is written, and turn it into a video format. So whether it's a topic along the lines of like the best remote jobs for teachers or something like that, and you look up an article, maybe you look up several articles, and you basically compile them, use AI tools in order to help you make it fair use and make it your own, and then you basically just make it in a video format. And he kind of talks about it as if it is a new thing, and I would argue that it's not a new thing, that has been around forever. It's been around even before tools like ChatGPT came around. I mean, this has been around forever. Case in point, we have, I don't know if anybody remembers this video, how could you forget it? But this is the, H Bomber Guy's infamous video with over, how many views does this video now have? 38 million views. As you can see, let me scroll down so you can see it here. 38 million views, where he basically talks about like the problem with plagiarism on YouTube. So it is not a new thing at all. I mean, people have been taking even just like books. Like in this video, the H Bomber Guy will point out how a certain YouTuber was pretty much using books and copying exactly what the book said, to the point that some of the parts weren't even paraphrased, they weren't summarized, they were just like strictly taken out of the book. You know what I mean? And so this strategy by no means is a new strategy. It's just not. Now, the other question, though, is does it work? And the truth of the matter is it does work. It absolutely works, and it will make you money. But the other side of this is that it's not as easy as you might think it is. For a couple different reasons, okay? One of them is because of the fact that a lot of people are already doing this, and they're already doing it at a scale that would become way more difficult to compete with. Because of the fact that some YouTube channels are so well established that they have the funds, they have the money to be able to outsource a lot of their content creation. So maybe they will use video editors, maybe they have their own script writers, and they're able to produce this content in a much more engaging style. and at a much faster rate than maybe you could do yourself. Because while you can use a tool like ChatGPT, a lot of the times you can't just take exactly what ChatGPT is going to spit out and then use it exactly as is. You would need some kind of human component behind it to actually make it engaging, an engaging script for your viewers. That's just how it is. But I'll show you a couple ways that you potentially can do this. You could also, like, another thing, one of the ways I'll show you here is that, I mean, you could do this with other YouTube videos. YouTubers do this all the time. They take somebody else's YouTube idea and then they make it their own. Case in point, kind of what I'm doing right now. I took Shane Hummus's video and I'm basically just telling you, kind of giving a little bit of a critique, but then also showing you almost exactly what he showed you as far as how to do it yourself. But I'm just trying to do it in a much more personable way that isn't going to try and sell you anything, because if you stick around my channel for any length of time, you'll find out that I'm not somebody who believes in courses. If anything, I believe on one-on-one mentorship and one-on-one critiques, but I definitely don't believe in courses. I just don't. So, but let me go ahead and pull up some examples here of the way you can do this. So one of the tools that I use very often, let me go on here. One of the tools that I use very often is called Notebook LM. And what Notebook LM allows you to do is copy a script from a YouTube video because it will generate it for you. So for example, I have this here, and if you click on the video, let me scroll down. I was already using it, so I gotta go up right here. Okay, so you can go to Notebook LM, you plug in a link for a YouTube video, and it will completely transcribe that video. And then you have the full script right here, okay? You can then take that entire script and you can plug it into something like Google Docs, right? Once you have it in a Google Doc, then you can go ahead and plug it into ChatGPT. I highly recommend doing it this way rather than just copying and paste it straight from Notebook LM into ChatGPT, because I just personally find that ChatGPT works a lot better if you give it a PDF instead of paste in a huge script, straight into it. Okay. But so once you put it into ChatGPT, you basically just ask ChatGPT to summarize it, to put your own spin on it, to rewrite it. And you could even literally tell ChatGPT to rewrite this in a way that will be considered fair use and copyright free, all of that. So anyways, it does work, but what ChatGPT is going to spit out for you, I could almost promise you, is not going to be that good. I do think that if you use Claude, I think Claude is a little bit better. It sounds, especially for YouTube video scripts, I think it sounds a little bit better. I would recommend using Claude. But even still, it's not going to do as good of a job. And if it's simply just paraphrasing the video or the blog post or whatever it is, it's also not going to be good enough, in my opinion, from what I've experienced. The other thing that I think Shane makes seem a little bit too easy, in my opinion, is one, the amount of money that you can make with it. So for example, let me just show you this right here. All right, so he basically shows that off of this one video that he says he basically just used AI to take written content and then turn it into a video format, that he's made $52,892 off of it. Now, I'm not calling him a liar. I very, very much think that that's the amount that he has actually made off of that video. It's obviously has to do with work, with money. He has 5.8 million views on it. So the $52,892 is not surprising to me. I don't think he's trying to lie. He also goes ahead and shows you kind of in real time, changing the revenue, the type of revenue, to show you that it's real. So I'm not saying that this isn't true. What I am trying to say though is that he already has a platform, and if you were to make a video like this without outsourcing to a video editor, it's going to take you a lot longer to create. You won't be able to produce them nearly as fast. And if you outsource, it is really hard to find a good YouTube editor that is going to be under $300 to $400. I've used multiple video editors in the past. On some of my YouTube Shorts channels, I use a video editor, and I can say, unfortunately, I can say that they never do as good of a job as I can do video editing. You could even see them on my channel. Maybe I'll pull one up here and just to show you. Let me see if I can go to my own channel here real quick. Let's see. Bear with me for a second. This is what this is what it's like trying to live stream. I usually don't live stream. Okay, so let me give you an example of a video that was not edited by me. It was edited by one of my video editors that I usually use on a different channel, but I was kind of like experimenting on this channel, and I figure, hey, let me go ahead and let them try one for this channel. Let me pull it up here real quick. All right. Here we go.
3 years ago, El Salvador made headlines as the
loud.
first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Now the nation is doubling down, but this time the move isn't aimed at everyday citizens. El Salvador's Legislative Assembly has approved a sweeping new investment banking law that opens the door for high net worth individuals and institutional investors to dive into the country's crypto ecosystem. Under the law, only licensed investment banks with at least $50 million in capital can take part, and their clients must qualify as sophisticated investors. In practical terms, that means having at least $250,000 in.
Okay, so something I want you to notice real quick about this video, because you may be watching this video and think to yourself, this is really good editing. You know, there's some animations, there's some graphics, there's titles, all of that in here. And again, not to discredit my editor who did this for me, but there's something about it that looks robotic in a sense. You really got to look at it with a keen eye and ask yourself, would somebody continue to keep watching this? You know, let's keep going on it.
Readily available funds and accredited financial knowledge. These investment banks will now be allowed to hold Bitcoin and other digital assets directly on their balance sheets, issue bonds and securities, arrange public-private partnerships, operate as fully fledged Bitcoin banks with the right license. Government officials say the goal is clear: to attract international private capital and turn El Salvador into a specialized financial hub for the region. Juan Carlos Reyes, head of the country's crypto regulatory agency.
Okay, so again, it has good motion graphics and all of that, you know what I mean? But there's something that feels robotic about it. There's something about it that feels like it has no soul, you know what I mean? And people probably, you know, wouldn't really want to keep watching it, to be honest. And so what I'm trying to say is that it takes a lot to actually do what Shane Hummus is claiming you can do. It's not as easy, and I think that's why a lot of people get burnt out, because, you know, if you are a video editor yourself, odds are if you hire somebody sub $300, $400, they're not going to edit video as well as you can edit that video. The other thing to keep in mind here, if you ever want to check out the video that we were just watching, if you ever want to check it out for yourself, I did not do anything to that script with my own effort. You know what I mean? I did exactly what I just showed you. I went into Notebook LM. I copied a certain news article in it, had it highlight some bullet points for me, then put it into ChatGPT, asked it to generate a script. It went ahead and generated a script for me. And then I did use 11 Labs. I did use 11 Labs to create the voiceover for it. I sent the voiceover to my video editor and I said, hey, can you make a video using this voiceover? You know, I didn't edit the script whatsoever. And arguably, it's not that good of a script in the sense of it's not going to hook people. It's not going to keep people watching. It doesn't have the pacing that, you know, a faceless channel, a successful faceless channel typically has. So again, thing I want to address here is that the strategy of taking written content online from articles, from academic studies, from blog posts, whatever it is, and turning it into a video format absolutely can make you money. But it's not nearly as easy and simple as Shane Hummus might suggest or other gurus might suggest. I think, and I'll always stand by, that the easiest way to make money right now on YouTube, until it changes, I'll let you know my opinion, but as of right now, I think the easiest way to make money on YouTube is one of two different types of channels. One of them are these type of channels. I'm sure you've seen them. They basically take clips that are already viral and they put a little voiceover over it. Most of the time, it's an AI voiceover. They have some edits on it, and, you know, bada bing, bada boom, there it is. You know what I mean? I did it on this channel that you're watching right now. I have a video that I think has close to 1 million views with the girl who was graduating and all of that. You know, I experimented with it, and it works. I stopped doing it because I don't like it. You know, it was boring to me. It's not something I want to do on this channel. Again, this channel it has been kind of like a experimental channel for me. The other types of channels that I think work really well are these ones right here. I brought them up before, but basically your text only channels. I really wonder when YouTube is going to get rid of these type of things or demonetize them. You know what I mean? I have one of them. I guarantee if you get onto this niche, you'll end up seeing me down at the bottom of the screen like that. But these things do phenomenally well. You know what I mean? Like this guy right here, this is Path of Pain. This guy, this is MDZ. If you look at Path of Pain, it's the same exact dude. He has multiple channels where he does this. And if I refresh it, you'll see just how often he posts. Watch this. Here we go. So I wouldn't be surprised if every single one of these videos were uploaded within the past 24 hours. All right, let me click on one of them here. So this one, 11 hours ago. All right, this one, let's see. This was made 11 hours ago. Should we do one more just for good measure? When was this made? 13 hours ago, right? These channels, I'm telling you guys, it's where it's at. I do not like it. I don't like it. I don't like that this is the state of YouTube right now. I think this is how you make money. You know what I mean? I think it's few people on YouTube who are able to use YouTube as their main money driver by simply following their passion. You know, that's kind of like hitting the lottery. I think that the majority of YouTubers who make money are not doing their passion. They have found some other route that maybe they're not actually interested in, and that's the way they do it. You know, that's the way, unfortunately, that I have done it. So, always going to keep it real with you guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream here. Thanks for watching. I know it was a lot of word salad. Peace.